Hello, freedom fighter of the world. My name is Captain Cosmos. I'm from Quebec, Canada, and the situation here in the province of Quebec, in the country of Canada, is out of hands regarding the COVID tyranny and the communist takeover of the world. Maybe you know that in that takeover, some countries have been hit harder than others. Canada has been one of them, with his premier, Justin Trudeau, who is clearly a communist that wants to enslave Canada. But in Canada, there's a special place where the situation is worse, even worse than anywhere else. It's the province of Quebec, with his premier, François Legault, and his political party, the CAQ, or the CAQ. That political party has been created to enslave the province of Quebec. You will see and you will understand why. We need the world to know what's going on in Quebec, because it will happen to you sooner or later. It's just a beta test for the rest of the world. Because in the province of Quebec, there's 7 million people who speak French. And in those 7 million that speak French, only about a third of them do understand English. So it's really easy to control the information, because there's mainly two sources of information in Quebec. There's the CBC, that's the National Network for Propaganda, paid by the government, or there's a private company that's called Québécois that controls mainly all the TV channels and the press. We need the world to know what's going on. They just announced yesterday the COVID passport, or the vaccine passport, that will create two types of individual, like the Jews in the Second World War. It's the exact same playbook. We have been under a really strict curfew for nearly 6 months. If you go outside, smoke a cigarette, you can be fined $1,500 just to be outside of your home. It's absolutely insane. We need the world to know what's going on here. But we've got here in Quebec a really special person, a whistleblower that has been an amazing job. He did an amazing job with his channel Radio-Québec. His name is Alexis Cossette-Trudel. Is in some way the Alex Jones of Quebec, but with an amazing reach of millions of views on some videos, on the population that is around 6 to 7 millions that speak French. So some people in Quebec know what's going on, some don't. Who the person that take their information from Québécois or CBC don't have a clue what's going on. Please, Alex Jones, you need to have Alexis Cossette-Trudel on your show. This guy's got a college degree on information war. He knows what he's talking about the American politics, the Canadian politics, and the Quebec politics, and the globalist takeover. This is an emergency message to Alex Jones. Please reach out to Alexis Cossette-Trudel, because you will be amazed what's going on in Quebec and how good Alexis Cossette is to explain the situation. In the US, a lot of people don't know that Quebec speak French, and there is a population there that is white but have been treated like a minority for a really long time. So they test what they can do here, because we're second degree Canadian. So there have been Maxime Bernier, who have been on Fox News with Tucker Carlson like a couple weeks ago. That was okay, but the situation in Quebec is way worse than the rest of Canada. You need to know, it's just your northern border. The communists are right there. You need to know. So please reach out to Alexis Cossette-Trudel from Radio-Québec. The population in Quebec, in Canada, needs that very bad. And you need to know in the US what the communist takeover looks like. You need to understand it now, because if you're watching this, you are the resistance. And just to show you, I'm gonna pretend like I'm Alex Jones and I'm gonna introduce Alexis Cossette-Trudel just so you know what it could look like. So please, Alex, we need you real bad. Thank you. That was Captain Cosmos. Welcome back on the show. For the second hour of the Alex Jones Show, we've got a really special guest, because you know that communists are right here. We live under a communist takeover of the world. Some countries have been hit harder than others. Canada have been one of those. But in Canada, there's a special place where they beta test what they can do all around the world. This place is the province of Quebec, where the people there speak French. But we've got here on Infowars the main whistleblower from the province of Quebec. His name is Alexis Cossette-Trudel. He is from Radio-Québec. He does an amazing job with a great reach. Even more reach than I do here in the United States. You've got some video with more than 1 million views under a population with just 6 million people. So, the government is after him. They try to pass some law to close him. The mainstream media does hit piece on him weekly. The CBC does special show to try to discredit him because he's telling the truth. Alexis Cossette-Trudel was born in a communist Cuba because their parents were taken out of Canada because they were terrorists in the October crisis. But now he's, well, really far from communism. In fact, it's the absolute opposite. He does an amazing job. He is here. First, you're gonna hear what he have to say here on the Infowars, first in the world. If you're watching this, you are the resistance, and now we're gonna know the plans of the communists right up north. In the province of Quebec, the worst place for COVID tyranny in the world. We've got Alexis Cossette-Trudel for an hour here at Infowars. Hello Alexis, what's going on in Quebec?
Web journal de Radio-Québec.